people are unaware of how profoundly what we eat can influence our cognitive functions, mood stability, and emotional well-being. We have to address food insecurity and promote equitable access to nutritious foods, a necessary step for improving population health. The global prevalence of obesity has surged dramatically in recent decades, and according to the World Health Organization, the rates of obesity have tripled since 1975. The lack of mindfulness in eating practices further exacerbates the issue, often resulting in overeating and poor food choices. Many individuals turn to food for comfort in response to stress, anxiety, and other emotional triggers. As we consider the consequences of our dietary choices, it becomes very evident that reversing these trends requires both individual responsibility and collective action. Welcome to the Diet Doctor podcast, where we discuss the science of nutrition and high performance, offering practical tools for everyday life. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to another episode of the Diet Doctor podcast. And today we're going to be talking about food and human regression. We're going to embark on an essential exploration into the intricate relationship between our dietary choices and the observable regression in various dimensions. Now, the dimensions we're going to delve into are not just human health, but both physical and cognitive dimensions of human health. And this topic goes beyond the realm of individual health. It encompasses a thrilling examination of our societal norms and the evolutionary implications of the food systems we have developed over time. In today's episode, we're going to dissect how our dietary practices, shaped over thousands of years, have influenced not only our health, but also our behavior, mental acuity, and the dynamics of our communities. By understanding this multifaceted relationship, we have the potential to make informed decisions that will not only benefit ourselves as individuals, but also the collective health of society as a whole. We'll travel back in time to explore the historic trajectory of human diets and how they have shifted dramatically due to environmental, social, and technological changes. Next, we'll delve into the contemporary science that highlights the direct links between nutrition and mental health. Many people are unaware of how profoundly what we eat can influence our cognitive functions, mood stability, and emotional well-being. Through this journey today, we aim to synthesize evidence from various scientific studies that connect diet quality with brain health and mental resilience, providing a comprehensive understanding of the material. Moreover, as we unpack these insights, we will explore the far-reaching societal consequences of our eating habits. Today's global health crisis, reflecting rising rates of obesity, diabetes, and other chronic diseases, is not merely a personal issue, it's a public health challenge that calls for systematic solutions. And in understanding our food choices and the impact, both historically and presently, we can better envision a pathway toward healthier future eating habits, enhancing not only individual wellness, but also community health. This episode is crucial for anyone trying to decipher the ongoing health crisis, and for those of us who are passionate about improving our future health trajectory. Furthermore, let's just dive into these strategies and how we're going to embark on healthier living as a whole. Now, to fully grasp the intricacies of our current dietary landscape, we have to begin with a historical view of the human diet as a whole. For most of our existence, human beings have thrived on diets primarily grounded in what nature provided, a rich and varied assortment of plants and animals. Our ancestors, the hunter-gatherers, consumed a wide range of diet, a diet that's with wild fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and lean meats. And the diversity was not just a matter of preference, it was key to the health and survival. If you look at paleoanthropological studies, they indicate that these diets provided essential nutrients in adequate proportions. The nutrient density of the hunter-gatherer diet was exceptional. It was rich in antioxidants, rich in vitamins, minerals, and essential fatty acids. The omnivorous nature of these early diets allowed for a broad intake of micronutrients, which was critical in building resistant immune systems and maintaining overall health. Moreover, the habitual physical activity intrinsic to their lifestyles ensured robust health outcomes. This active lifestyle, coupled with their exposure to natural sunlight, supported vitamin D synthesis and encouraged healthy bodily functions because it's a hormone. The interconnection between physical activity and nutritional intake tailored the evolutionary adaptability of humans in diverse environments. If you fast forward to around 10,000 years ago with the advent of the agricultural revolution, a monumental shift in dietary patterns emerged. This transition allowed for a more stable food supply, enabling the development of permanent settlements and subsequently leading to population growth. However, with agricultural change came a significant narrowing of dietary diversity. Societies became increasingly resilient on staple crops such as wheat, rice, and corn, which, while calorically abundant, often lacked the rich micronutrient profiles found in more varied diets. The transition had profound consequences on our health. For instance, archaeological evidence indicates that as societies became more agrarian, markers of nutritional deficiencies began to appear, contributing to the recurrence of ailments such as dental issues, which were virtually unknown among hunter-gatherer populations. Chronic diseases linked to dietary shifts began to emerge, influenced by the increased reliance on refined carbohydrates found in processed agricultural products. Then you have the Industrial Revolution beginning in the late 18th century, and it ushered in another dramatic transformation of how food was produced and consumed. Mass food production, characterized by the introduction of machinery and an emphasis on shelf-stable processed foods, meant that food became more plentiful, cheaper, and more accessible than ever before. However, this convenience came at a substantial price. The nutritional quality of the food decreased significantly. Processed foods, laden with refined sugars, unhealthy fats, salt, and various additives, became dominant in the Western diet. This food revolution fundamentally altered our relationship with food, creating a significant disconnect between our evolutionary biology and the modern food landscape. Research has increasingly shown that the nutritional composition of modern diets starkly contrasts with that of our ancient ancestors. The widening gap in nutritional intake is alarming. Current diets are often low in essential nutrients, fiber, and diversity, which are critical for optimal health and well-being. And the consequences of these shifts are evident in the prevalence of chronic diseases that plague modern society. You've got conditions such as obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and different types of cancer, and they've reached epidemic proportions. You could even argue that these health issues are manifestations of our collective departure from the ancient dietary patterns that once supported optimal health that I talk about so often. Dissecting our historical diets enables us to not only understand the nature of these, like the health crisis we're going through, but also identify potential pathways back to improve health through dietary recalibration, if you want to call it that. Furthermore, it's essential to contextualize these changes within societal implications. As diets have changed, so have our eating behaviors and social norms. The tradition of communal eating, which was intrinsic to the hunter-gatherer societies and later agricultural communities, has diminished with the rise of fast food and convenience diets and also technology. This shift has not only affected nutrition, but also disrupted social structures, leading to the loss of familial bonds and community connections that are essential for mental and emotional well-being. In contemplating dietary history, we gain insights into the broader narrative of human health and evolution. The lessons from our ancestors offer valuable guidance as we navigate modern dietary dilemmas, reminding us of the power of nourishment to shape health outcomes across generations. And it's imperative to heed these lessons and reframe our approach to nutrition to foster better health for ourselves and for future generations. We're going to turn our focus into the intricate relationship between diet and cognitive functioning, something that I talk about often. And it is crucial to recognize that our brains, which are among the most energy-demanding organs in the body, is something we don't think about. And the brain relies extensively on nutrition to perform optimally. Recent cutting-edge research underscores a compelling correlation between diet quality and cognitive performance, showing that what we eat significantly impacts our brain health. Diets rich in processed foods and high in added sugars have been linked to a spectrum of cognitive impairments, including diminished memory, impaired attention, and reduced overall cognitive performance. The implications of these findings are particularly disconcerting when we consider their impact on children, whose developing brains are especially susceptible to nutritional influences. Studies have revealed a clear association between high sugar consumption and poorer academic performance, underscoring the necessity of nurturing healthy eating habits in our youth for optimal cognitive development. Beyond immediate cognitive effects, the connection between nutrition and mental health is equally significant. Nutrient deficiencies, specifically in essential nutrients such as omega-3 essential fatty acids, B vitamins, and antioxidants are associated with increased risk factors for mood disorders, including depression and anxiety. Scientific investigations have repeatedly demonstrated that diets abundant in these key nutrients, particularly those modeled after the Mediterranean diet, can lead to improved mood regulation and cognitive resilience. The Mediterranean diet is characterized by high consumption of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and healthy fats such as olive oil, alongside moderate fish and poultry intake. And this diet pattern boasts considerable evidence supporting its neuroprotective properties. And research has highlighted the positive effects of polyphenols, compounds found in colorful fruits and vegetables that actually give them their color, on brain health. And this affects brain health, showcasing their ability to reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which are linked to cognitive decline. Central to this discussion is the gut-brain axis, a sophisticated network illustrating how gut health influences brain function and emotional stability. Gut microbiota, home to trillions of microorganisms, plays a pivotal role in the relationship. A balanced gut microbiome produces neurotransmitters, including serotonin, which are essential for mood regulation. However, poor dietary choices characterized by excess sugar and processed food consumption can disturb this microbial balance, impairing neurotransmitter production and contributing to mood disorders. Emerging research is beginning to spotlight the role of microbiome in neuroinflammation, a state characterized by an overactive immune response in the brain that is increasingly recognized as a contributor to various neurodegenerative diseases. Conditions such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease are being investigated through the lens of gut health, suggesting that promoting a healthy microbiome through diverse, nutrient-rich diets plays a critical role in preventing cognitive decline and supporting brain health. The importance of fostering a healthy gut extends beyond cognitive outcomes. It is also vital for overall well-being. Diets rich in fiber from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can promote the growth of beneficial bacteria, enhance gut barrier function, and reduce inflammation, creating a positive feedback loop that not only elevates mood and cognitive ability, but also fortifies physical health. Given these compelling insights, it becomes evident that dietary choices serve as a significant determinant of cognitive health across the lifespan. As we continue to explore these connections, we reinforce the notion that nourishing our bodies through balanced and diverse diets is fundamental to cultivating resilience in our mental and cognitive capacities. The profound shifts in our dietary patterns and habits have affected individual health. They have far-reaching societal and economic implications, and today we find ourselves confronting a public health crisis characterized by alarming rates of obesity and chronic diseases linked directly to our food choices. As we examine the consequences of these dietary changes, it becomes clear that this issue extends beyond the realm of personal health. It represents a significant challenge that society as a whole must address collectively. The global prevalence of obesity has surged dramatically in recent decades, and according to the World Health Organization, the rates of obesity have tripled since 1975, with over 650 million adults classified as obese in 2016. This epidemic is not confined to adults, though. It is increasingly affecting children and adolescents, leading to an alarming rise in diet-related health issues at young ages. Childhood obesity is associated with a range of comorbidities, the simultaneous presence of two or more diseases or medical conditions in one person, including type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and psychological issues, setting the stage for a lifetime of health challenges. The implications of these rising obesity rates are multifaceted and include substantial economic burdens on healthcare systems globally. The costs associated with treating chronic diseases driven by poor dietary habits are staggering. For instance, the CDC estimates that medical costs for people with obesity are thousands of dollars higher than those of normal weight. And this financial strain places tremendous pressure on healthcare infrastructure and highlights the need for preventative measures that can curb the development of these conditions. Additionally, the productivity losses associated with chronic diseases further impacts the economy. Employees suffering from diet-related health issues often experience reduced efficiency at work and increased absenteeism due to illness. The cumulative effects of these health problems can lead to a decrease in economic output, which has long-term implications for societies and nations alike. Health organizations warned that without significant interventions, the financial burden of obesity and related diseases could spiral out of control, reversing years of progress in public health. Moreover, the changes in our eating habits have precipitated a cultural shift regarding food and dining practices. The fast food industry's expansion, for example, and the widespread marketing of convenience foods have transformed how we perceive meals and how we perceive food. Shared family dinners, once a staple of social bonding, have declined as busy lifestyles and increasing reliance on rapid processed options and that has reshaped our communal experiences. The lack of mindfulness in eating practices further exacerbates the issue, often resulting in overeating and poor food choices. Beyond the immediate effects on physical health, these societal changes also contribute to broader psychological implications. The erosion of communal meal times and the emphasis on convenience can diminish the social connections that are critical for mental health. Research has shown that shared meals can strengthen bonds among family members and friends, promoting feelings of connectedness and emotional security. With the decline of these meaningful interactions, individuals are more prone to feelings of isolation and loneliness, which can further negatively impact mental and emotional health. The intergenerational effects of these societal dietary shifts are particularly concerning. Children raised in environments where unhealthy eating practices are normalized at a higher risk for developing chronic diseases later in life, and this cycle perpetuates health disparities, particularly in marginalized communities with limited access to nutritious food. Health inequities become entrenched as certain populations face greater barriers to attaining healthy diets, leading to a widening gap in healthy outcomes. And this dynamic creates a pressing need for targeted interventions as systemic changes that can break the cycle of poor dietary habits and health inequities. Addressing food areas with limited access to fresh, healthy foods must be a priority, and community initiatives that promote local food systems and improve access to nutritious options can foster healthier eating habits within these populations. As we consider the consequences of our dietary choices, it becomes very evident that reversing these trends requires both individual responsibility and collective action. While we must empower individuals to make informed dietary choices, we also need systemic changes to support these efforts. Outreach programs, public health campaigns, and policies aimed at regulating the marketing of unhealthy foods, particularly to children, are essential for promoting healthier eating habits on a broader scale. And by acknowledging the societal consequences of dietary changes, we can better understand the complexities surrounding public health and develop comprehensive strategies to improve the overall well-being of our communities as a whole. Now, if you look at the science of nutrition and human behavior, to effectively address the complexities of dietary influences on human health, you have to delve into the scientific underpinnings of nutrition and how it interacts with human behavior. Understanding the relationship between diet and behavior can provide deeper insights into why certain eating patterns emerge and how they can be modified for better health outcomes. A cornerstone of this exploration is the gut-brain axis we spoke about earlier, an intricate communication network linking our gut microbiome and brain function. Emerging evidence suggests that the gut microbiome, the community of microorganisms residing in our intestines, plays an influential role in shaping our dietary preferences and behaviors. Research shows that a diet rich in fiber from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can foster a healthy gut microbiome, promoting the growth of beneficial bacteria. These beneficial microorganisms positively influence our mood and cognitive functioning, creating a feedback loop that reinforces healthy eating. Conversely, diets high in processed food, sugars, and unhealthy fats disrupts the balance of the gut microbiome. This disruption can lead to a condition known as leaky gut, where increased intestinal permeability allows toxins and undigested food particles to enter the bloodstream. And this state of dysbiosis, an imbalance in the gut bacteria, has been linked to chronic inflammation, a host of health problems, and even mood disorders. Understanding this connection emphasizes the need for a balanced diet that supports gut health to foster overall well-being. And another fascinating aspect of this interplay is the phenomenon of emotional eating. Many individuals turn to food for comfort in response to stress, anxiety, and other emotional triggers. And this type of eating often leads to a consumption of high-calorie, nutrient-poor foods that temporarily satisfy cravings, but contribute to negative health outcomes over time. This emotional relationship with food creates a vicious cycle. Indulging in comfort foods may provide short-term relief, but these choices exacerbate underlying emotional challenges and contribute to weight gain, poor self-esteem, and mental health. Recognizing emotional eating patterns provides an opportunity for meaningful intervention. Developing healthy coping mechanisms such as exercise, mindfulness practice, or journaling facilitates a healthier relationship with food. Mindful eating, which encourages awareness of hunger and satiety cues, also helps mitigate emotional eating by promoting greater engagement with the eating process. Mindfulness allows individuals to assess their emotions without relying on food as a crutch, empowering them to make healthier choices in the long run. Socioeconomic factors play a significant role in shaping dietary choices as well. Access to nutritious foods is often limited in low-income communities, resulting in diets characterized by high consumption of processed foods and low intake of fresh fruits and vegetables. You've got areas devoid of supermarkets or access to healthy, affordable options. And they're prevalent in many urban and rural settings, which underscores the importance of equitable food access as a critical consideration for public health as a whole. We have to address food insecurity and promote equitable access to nutritious foods, and this is a necessary step for improving population health. Local and federal policies that support community gardens, farmers markets, and subsidized produce programs can mitigate the barriers to healthy eating in underserved areas. Furthermore, nutrition education initiatives targeting vulnerable populations can enhance awareness and skills, empowering individuals to make healthier choices despite limited resources. Environmental sustainability also intersects with nutrition and behavior. The production of food has significant environmental impacts, and many consumers are becoming increasingly aware of these effects. Sustainable dietary patterns such as plant-based diets not only benefit individual health, but also contribute to environmental health by reducing carbon footprints associated with animal agriculture. Encouraging communities to adopt sustainable practices and promote better eating habits and foster a sense of responsibility toward the planet. With regards to the health crisis that we are going through now, and it's exacerbated by poor dietary choices, of course, we must understand the underlying mechanisms through which diet impacts behavior and health. Healthy habits through education, community support, and equitable access to resources can create an environment that nurtures healthier patterns of eating and living. Reversing the troubling trends we've discussed requires a multifaceted approach that encompasses individual behavior change, community involvement, systemic reforms, and all within the food environment. At the individual level, education serves as a powerful tool in empowering people to make conscious dietary choices, education that doesn't exist at the moment. And comprehensive nutrition education programs can equip individuals with the knowledge to discern the nutritional value of foods, read labels, develop effective meal planning strategies, and learn how to identify hidden sugars and unhealthy fats commonly found in processed foods. Transitioning to a whole foods-based diet is a fundamental step toward improving overall health. And a diet like that emphasizes the consumption of minimally processed foods, including fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. And the research that supports the Mediterranean diet as an exemplary model, showcasing the benefits across a range of health outcomes, from improved heart health to better cognitive functioning. And the nourishing properties of this diet can significantly enhance the quality of life, making it a practical, enjoyable option for individuals seeking to improve their health. One effective strategy for facilitating healthier eating habits involves meal prep. By allocating time to plan and prepare meals in advance or ordering from a meal company, individuals can minimize their reliance on convenience foods, which are often laden with unhealthy ingredients. Meal prepping as a whole fosters a creativity in the kitchen, and it allows you to explore diverse, nutritious recipes and develop a deeper connection with food that you've probably forgotten about. Mindful eating practices also constitute an essential component in promoting healthier eating patterns. And by encouraging awareness of hunger and satiety cues, individuals can improve their ability to recognize real hunger versus emotional triggers. Mindfulness cultivates appreciation for food and enhances the overall eating experience, allowing individuals to savor each meal without distractions. And building a supportive community significantly enhances the likelihood of successfully adopting these healthy habits. And sharing experiences, sharing resources and inspirations with like-minded individuals creates a culture of accountability and encouragement. You've got online forums, local support groups, and casual conversations with friends and family. All of these forms provide valuable motivation and an environment that is conducive to positive change. On a broader scale, public health initiatives play a critical role in shaping the food environment and encouraging healthier dietary choices. Policies aimed at restricting the marketing of unhealthy foods targeted at children in particular, improving access to fresh produce in underserved communities, and incentivizing healthier food options can significantly impact population-wide health. And these public initiatives can involve collaborations between government agencies, non-profit organizations, and local communities to create frameworks that foster healthy eating. For instance, taxation strategies on sugary beverages have been implemented in various regions, resulting in decreased consumption of these products and increased awareness of their health implications. Programs designed to support local farmers markets can promote access to fresh fruits and vegetables while also bolstering local economies, because the prices for these sort of produce is through the roof. And local governments can work to provide transportation options for residents in places where food is hard to access. And also engaging schools is another critical avenue for reversing dietary trends among the youth. Implementing nutrition education programs in schools, like we're doing now, can teach children about the importance of a balanced diet early in life at a grassroots level. You can have school gardens, hands-on learning experiences about growing food, and these are ways to foster a healthy relationship with food. You can introduce children to diverse fruits and vegetables and involve them in the actual meal prepping process. You can have cooking classes. Schools can promote a culture of health that extends into families and communities. Even collaborating with healthcare providers is another way of doing things. Health professionals can serve as advocates for healthy eating by engaging in conversations with patients about their dietary choices during consultations, which often doesn't happen. And then integration of nutrition counseling within primary healthcare and facilitating personalized dietary recommendations and supporting patients in making meaningful change in their diet and lifestyle, something that doesn't occur very often. Promoting sustainable agricultural practices is increasingly recognized as vital for both the future of public health and the environment. We have to encourage practices such as crop rotation, organic farming, reduce pesticide use, and improve the nutritional quality of food while addressing the environmental health issues. Consumers can play a role by supporting businesses committed to sustainability, whether through purchasing local and organic products or advocating for changes in food sourcing practices at institutions and workplaces. The pathway to reversing the current trends in dietary health requires a concerted effort that empowers individuals while also reforming systemic barriers to healthy eating. And as we cultivate awareness, build supportive environments, and promote equitable access to nutritious foods, we can make substantial strides towards creating a healthier society. It's essential to recognize the intricate interplay between our diets and health, which is simultaneously complex, but it's also enlightening. The regressions observed in our physical and cognitive well-being are not merely the result of individual choices. They are largely shaped by broader dietary patterns and food systems that have evolved over generations. Understanding the history of our diets illuminates the path we must take to reclaim our health. We have explored the critical insights provided by emerging scientific research on the connections between nutrition, cognitive functioning, and emotional well-being. Each point emphasizes that the choices we make regarding food hold significant power over our overall quality of life, relationships, future health outcomes. But these changes don't need to be daunting. By acknowledging the reality of these dietary trends and the consequences they bear, we can take informed, proactive steps, both individually and collectively, to create a healthier future. But it begins by reflecting on our current eating habits and considering small, sustainable changes that can lead to positive outcomes. I want to encourage you to harness the insights we've discussed, sharing experiences and strategies within your own community. And remember that every meal presents an opportunity to nourish your body and mind, fostering a culture of health that can ripple through our families and our communities. I invite you to engage with me on your social media platforms, share your journey toward a better health, and together we can continue to champion informed choices, mindful living, and a commitment to improving our collective well-being. And remember that the path to better health is always a journey worth taking, one meal and one choice at a time. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.